club meeting is suddenly interrupted by the sound of the door, causing Monica and Sayori to turn their heads. The door opens halfway, then stops. A face peeks inside. A face that seems familiar. Sayori's eyes widen, recognizing the girl. She very conspicuously mouths to Monica. It's her! It's the girl! It's true, the girl standing in the doorway is none other than the girl Sayori had came across her alone in the classroom. Thanks to Monica leaving a flyer on her desk, it seems she's found her way to the club. You here for the Literature Club, by any chance? Am I in the wrong place? No, you're not. This is the Literature Club. Please come inside. The girl fully steps in the door, but with you standing against the wall, avoiding eye contact. Sayori continues to fail, continuing her attack. It's happening! Oh my gosh! Thank you so much for coming. Site's a little empty. I'm Monica, and this is Sayori. We run the Literature Club. You know, it's just us so far, but what's your name, by the way? I'd like to join your club. Already? Wait, really? Are you sure? I mean, I should be good enough. Everyone is welcome here. You don't have to be good enough. Oh. Do you want to have a seat? We'd love to get to know you. The girl nods, sliding over to a nearby desk and trying to sit down. So what's your name? Yuri? I'm Sayori, and this is Monica. Sayori, nice to meet you. You like fantasy? Like books? Yuri looks at Monica. Fantasy's cool. Yes. Have you heard of Annabelle? Huh? I can't say I have. Oh, she's my favorite author. I'm on her 5th book, and it's just Yuri grins and presses her knuckles against her cheeks in joy. You can borrow my books. I wouldn't mind. You're really in for an incredible experience. Monica stammers, got completely acquired by Yuri to control that conversation. She glances sideways at Yuri, finally asking for help. I'd love to! It sounds like you're really into them, so they must be great. I'm so happy I found this club. I'm so stupid, I left all my other books in my locker. Shut up about them. Yuri quickly stands up. Be right back. I'll go get them for you. You probably only need to bring one for now. Surrender, she says that, nodding to herself against the connectedness of the book. Yuri sat down on her desk. True. Okay, we'll get the first one. Yuri exits the club room in a flash, leaving Monica and Sayori having an exchange of glances. Oh my god, I wasn't prepared for this. How do I handle someone so intense? I had like no experience with fantasy except maybe stuff that I read when I was a kid. It's probably like a joke compared to what she's into. I'm sure it'll be fine. In fact, I think it's neat that we have different people who are into different kinds of literature. It'll be fun to learn from each other. I mean, I don't disagree, but what if this is her only interest? Doesn't it kind of seem like that? Monica, don't you think you should be more optimistic? You have a new club member. There shouldn't be room for anything but being happy. I'm excited to get to know her more, aren't you? Yeah, I guess you're right. So her being so hasty. You just got really anxious all of a sudden. It's because you're afraid of not being able to take the lead. What the heck? It's kind of scary how you can point things out like that, Sayori. It's like learning what makes people happy or sad. Yeah. Hey, you know what? You'd probably be great at helping Yuri feel comfortable here. Maybe you could take a break from helping me with that demonstration stuff and just focus on spending time with her. Yay, that's exactly what I want to do. Besides, Sayori lowers her voice. I'm probably gonna need all the time I can get. She taps her finger against the dauntingly chunky book Yuri left sitting on the desk. Right afterwards, the door opens to reveal Yuri's return. I'm back. Her breath is slightly heavy, which combined with her short time with Mon, means she may have ran at least part of the way. She makes her way back over to Sayori and sets the book down on her desk. Sayori feared the book Yuri brought for her is just about equal in size to the one over Yuri's desk. Well, there are probably a few things you should know before getting started on it. There are some things that are more explained in other books that take place in the same universe, so going over those would be good to keep you from getting confused at the start. Wow. Sayori never interjects. Well, I was thinking that maybe today we could just get to know each other a little bit more. You know, I think like, if we're gonna be reading together, then I would like that. From across the room, Monica smiles and nods to Sayori where Yuri isn't looking. Oh, okay. Yuri sits down and looks at her book and passes from the room, showing no indication that she has anything more to add. So, when did you decide you wanted to join the club? Well, I like reading, so I was really interested. I had no idea that someone was starting a literature club. Well, that's my fault since I haven't been paying attention to the club during those lessons. I only found out because Yuri messaged over Monica. Monica? Monica came to my classroom and put the flyer on my desk. Suddenly Yuri's face darkens and she shakes her head at first. I'm so stupid. I got too nervous and couldn't even look up, so she just walked out. It took me several days to come here because I was afraid that Monica told everyone how considerate I was, but I decided that was probably irrational. way. No, that was totally my fault. I felt so bad about interrupting you that I just like walked out. I was actually really hoping that you would come back. Yuri exhales in relief. I always seem to interpret things as the worst possible scenario. Well, I was really nervous to come here for some other reasons too. It's just there being too many people. Not that I mind that much, but I have a really hard time handling to meet a large number of new people at once. So it's actually amazing that it's just the two of you. I'm glad we came at the right time. Aw, that makes me happy. I'm proud of you for working up the courage to come. Yuri smiles warmly to herself. I haven't had the privilege of sharing my interests with others before. It's so hard to find others who are into the same things I am, stuff online. So I thought the Literature Club would provide a chance for me to do that. What kinds of other things are you into? Genres? No, just anything. It's not literature. Oh, just things you would think are dumb. Serious pauses and other concern on my face. How about I tell you about something I'm into? You can tell me about something you're into. Of course that would be okay. Okay, well I'm pretty into like crafty things, like making cute little collages or decorating things like cars or jewelry boxes. My room's always cluttered with random stuff because I keep buying things to make gifts for my friends. Then I put it off to the last minute. So yeah, it's something kind of silly that I'm into. It's quite creative. Not that much, it's just that you'd be surprised by how much you can do with scissors and glue and stuff. So I have to share something that I'm into now, right? Sorry, nuts. Well, I guess I'm into nature. I love nature. Monica, I'm gonna start a nature club. No, you're not. You're stuck here with me now. I'm not. Oh yeah? Well, I hereby appoint you as vice president of the nature club. There, you're stuck with me. Hey, don't give me responsibilities. I'm sorry, Yuri. I interrupted you. Go ahead. It's fine. Yuri pauses, feeling awkward after having gotten cut off. Like going out into the woods or to the park, just places where you can walk or sit, not have any people around. It's peaceful. It's nice to get to remove myself from everything that matters and have a racing mind and operate autonomously for a while. When do you like to do that? It just depends on my mood. After school, and the weekends, whenever I feel like I need it. Wow, I feel like I would never have the time to do something like that. I know we have a lot more time than we think we do. Don't let it slip through your fingers. We continue their conversation, led primarily by Sayori, but with Monica chiming in every now and then as well. Monica had intended to leave it to Sayori and focus on her own work, but she found it difficult not to join in. Before they knew it, the end of the day was upon them once more. Oh, looks like we should be wrapping up for today. So are you two going to be starting on that book the next club meeting? That's the plan! I'm so excited. Sayori being Yuri collects her things. Once packed, Yuri wordlessly waves to Sayori and Monica with a gentle smile. Bye! Yuri exits Sayori enthusiastically finishes farewell. Once again, Sayori and Monica are left at the club. Sayori, you are a lifesaver. I didn't do anything, I just talked. Still. Besides, it really lifted my mood. It feels really nice when I can put my energy toward other people like that. She was really excited to be included, you know. It made me happy. Well, there's no doubt in my mind that she'll have a great time here, with you engaging her. How are you feeling about starting the book with her next week? I'm kind of scared, but I think she'll be happy as long as I'm trying my best. I think you'll do great. There's the surprise of a new club member. It seems like everyone has their spirits up to do something new to look forward to. It's an extremely short story. Oh, no, there's more. Another school day ends. Swallowing her anxiety, Yuri makes her way to the club, expecting to be the last one to arrive. She opens the door. She's surprised to find only Sayori in the club. Sorry. It's club time again. Monica went to the computer lab, so it's just us today. Is that okay? Oh. Yuri sadly nods, unable to make eye contact. Sorry about yesterday. Sayori tilts her head, unsure exactly what Yuri's talking about. Well, I mean, the way I got overly excited to share my books and then you had to stop me so we could talk first. It was so inconsiderate of me. I got too excited and I forgot to think about everyone else in the club, so... Yuri, you didn't do anything wrong. I thought it was cute how excited you were. Well, still, I think I changed my mind about the book. You don't have to read it. Huh? Why? Because I know that you were just humoring me anyway. In retrospect, it's rather obvious that nobody was truly interested. But if you like it so much, then it must be worth sharing. I've already decided I'll join the club, so you don't have to try so hard to entice me. It's not what I was doing. A moment of uncomfortable silence stretches between the two of them. Well, the thing is, we don't even have any club activities yet. I mean, Monica and I have just been working on reviewing stuff mostly. It just sounded like something fun that we could do together, reading your books. You know, like, as a club activity? That'd be okay, right? I might be so resistant to this anyway. Exactly what I wanted in the first place, and you're being so nice about it. What are you don't know what's wrong with me. Sorry for being like this. You don't have to apologize. Just tell me if there's anything I can do to help you feel more comfortable here. Siri pulls her desk up against Yuri's and sits next to her. Looking question is already on Yuri's desk. Bringing over, Siri reads the cover of the book. Dusk Bell? Part 1 of the Everlast Saga. Haha, is Dusk Bell by Annabelle? Sorry, I'm ready now. Alright, I should probably get some paper. Yuri grabs a spiral notebook up first and tears out a few sheets of paper. But how can we need paper? We're just supposed to draw things out sometimes, like math, timelines, trees, or just for taking notes. Notes? I mean, yes, that's a good strategy. Exactly true, it will be especially helpful for someone new to the genre. Siri's joke flew completely over Yuri's head. Thinking about it, she decides that's probably the best I could do. I'm not used to having company do this, but I'll try to help make it as accessible as possible. I trust you, you're like super smart. Oh, please. Yuri tries to dismiss the compliment, but she can hide her smile and like blush. Not generalized intelligence, I'm only smart at the things I have a lot of experience with. Contrarily, I'm awful at anything involving real people. I should be evident enough from the 2 days I spent here so far. So in my eyes, probably it's everyone else who comes off as smart. Especially you. No! Siri rubs her shoulders and shrugs. You're such a sweetheart when you're not being shy. Anyway, would you like to get started? Okay, what happened? Oh my god, I hate my internet. It's kind of sucks too, because it's like, it's not something big, it's just doki doki. It's still just crashes every once in a while. It's like, that's, I hate that. I hate that. Man, you're doing questions. It's the same problem says just going wrong. That's like, it just pisses me off that it's not connected. I should refresh now, but come on. Come on. It's only disconnected once, but it's still taking a while to connect. They're like, hello? The system's still alive. Okay, so the minor diversion between them, the two get back on track with their plan for activity. Yuri begins to guide Siri through the basics of the fantasy world her story takes place in. The more of it she details, the races, factions, history elements, and magic, the more questions Siri seems to have. You probably shut that off. Despite Siri's expectations, Yuri eloquently guides her in a way she decides to follow along. It becomes evident that the world-building aspect of the story, not just the story itself, is one that Yuri finds her passionate towards. How do people come up with this stuff? It's like the exact opposite of the kind of writing that I do. What kind of writing? Oh, like poetry and stuff like that? Things I write are like just putting down the feelings that come into my head, you know? But this is like, there must be so much planning and hard work. You're into poetry? This is an appendix that includes some of the kingdom during the works, like poetry and folk songs. No way! Yuri giggles, filling Siri's heart with happiness when she realizes the first time she's heard Yuri laugh. Yuri must be having fun. Anyway, I think we can get started reading now if you're ready. Okay, can't read very fast. Well, that's fine. Very patient. Patience is something I pride myself in. I see. Yuri is patient into her notes. Yeah, that's for the book. I'm just kidding. But I'm kind of glad you're patient because I need that sometimes. A lot of times. But I flipped through the first few pages of the book, getting past the table of contents. Okay, chapter 1. The room becomes silent as the two of them begin to read. But the silence only lasts for a moment before Siri speaks up. What does vindicated mean? Well, in this context, that essentially means that he was proven innocent. It's okay to ask questions, right? Of course. Siri turns the page. Are these footnotes? A lot of the dialogue has cultural references that require explanation to be understood. So continue reading. Yuri's relaxed expression remains unchanged. Meanwhile, Siri's expression grows tense as she tries to make her way through the dense text. Up until now, the expressions have been reversed. Siri is navigating social situations, and Yuri struggling in them. The tables have turned. Wait, are they talking about the past right now or the present? Where? Right here. They're talking about the past. These paragraphs are describing flashbacks that Brenda's is having. They didn't tell me that. It's implied from the context. Siri rubs her temples. So them continue with Siri asking fewer questions. She begins to understand the value of the notes. She finds herself referring to them sometimes, somewhat often, and even adding to them. The the reduction in questions comes not from her getting used to the reading, but rather from her fearing that she'll come across stupid. At last, Yuri reaches the end of the chapter. We'll stop here for now. Okay. So Yuri takes a deep breath and closes the little book she's got and reaches the bottom. So, what do you think up to this point? So he tries to find words. Am I doing well so far? Not sure I understand. Well, I don't know. When it takes me so long to read and understand things, it makes me feel really dumb. But I really like how into you get. It makes me want to keep going, man. To keep doing my best so I can see it the way that you do. Conversation Yuri's expression fades. I see. Yuri quietly gathers your things. Continue tomorrow, right? Yuri pauses and shakes her head. Do something else tomorrow. But, I'm sorry. Wait, sorry for what? I don't understand. I'm sorry. I don't want to do this anymore, that's all. I'm sorry that I made you. You aren't making me. Sorry is left alone with the words. How did this happen? I having fun just a second ago. It's my fault. I said something stupid and hurt her. I should have just told her that I enjoyed it. Monica trusted me with this. It's the only thing I'm good at, and I still messed it up. She doesn't want to come back. Drowning in guilt, Sari stares blankly at her desk, spread with the notes. The book sits next to them. Right. She wasn't coming back, then she wouldn't have left the book here, right? And she just forgot to take it with her. Oh, this is horrible. Is it really because she thought I wasn't enjoying our time together? Maybe she wasn't enjoying our time together because I'm not good enough. I would let her down so much by having trouble following along. I'm sure it was, if I was smarter, she'd be having so much more fun. I'd do better for her. Something happened twice. The first time Yuri is the first to enter the club room. Anxiety courses through her relentlessly with you. Will Yuri show up today? Sitting at her desk, she stamps her feet in an attempt to calm down. Why am I letting this affect me so much? Doing everything I can to make Yuri happy. My best wasn't good enough. It was still my best. I'm letting everyone down. Always just a disappointment. So he continues to wrestle with her self-deprecating thoughts. Every tiny noise causes her to lift her head in anticipation of Yuri's arrival. She doesn't come. Minutes pass and nobody enters the club room. Not Yuri or Monica. So she's in the wrong room. Gosh, I'm so late. Why do I have to help those other students with their work? I'm such a pushover sometimes. I don't leave such a bad impression on my new club members like Yuri if I'm not the first one there. Monica rounds the corner pushing the club room. She does so. Yuri? Ah! Yuri jumps at the sound of Monica's voice. She's sitting outside the club room against the wall next to the door. Embarrassed, she quickly closes the book she was reading and stands up. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry I'm late. You didn't have to wait outside for me. The door to the club room is open. It's not. Yuri stammers, unable to explain herself. She peers inside the club room through the window and then looks away. Actually, I was wondering if I could help you today instead. Huh? Me? Club publicity stuff? Yes. Monica is utterly confused. Why is Yuri asking this all of a sudden when she was so eager to spend time with Yuri before? Can I get along with her all? Monica looks into the club room herself to see Yuri sitting alone and said, Okay, it's kind of a simple job, but I'd be happy for you to tag along. Me too. Monica is worried, but she finds it difficult to insert herself into whatever conflict that may have arisen. Still ironic, she realizes that she could be so conflict avoidant after having been in the big club. Okay, let's take a walk together. After making copies of this new flyer, then go around to the billboards and replace the old ones with new ones. Yuri nods and the two set off. The two walk in silence. Without Yuri and Monica finds it quite difficult to strike up a conversation. So, how's everything been going? Fine. It's good. Neither of them follow up with anything more. Monica insists up the stinted conversation. How the heck does Yuri do it? I'm sorry, I didn't see you yesterday. I went straight to the computer lab to work on the flyers. I'm sorry, told me. What did you end up doing yesterday? Just some reading. I'm glad. Should be starting to feel more like a literature club now. Yeah. It's kind of funny. I felt so intimidated at first when I heard about the kind of reading you were into. But you know, it's kind of stupid of me because I'm just intimidated by things I'm not good at. It's silly to assume that everyone who comes into the club will just have the same interests as you. It's so cool that you were able to get Sayori into it. The club's working. I'm really happy about that. She's not into it. Huh? She's not into it. I'm stupid for forcing it onto her. Yuri falls silent again, so she started her thought but can't figure out how to continue it. Something happened? Yuri sighs. No, it's just me. Yuri pauses. I'm thinking. A moment passes in silence and Yuri shakes her head. I shouldn't be complaining to you all of a sudden. Don't be silly. I won't think you're complaining. I just want to make sure you feel welcome. If it's important to that, then you can tell me anything. Well, I do feel welcome. Too welcome, I guess. It's not an issue with the club, it's just an issue with me. So I feel wrong to inconvenience you with it. Ah. Monica pauses and thinks. Well, what if we put it this way? It's my job as president to understand the needs of the club members, right? We're going to have all kinds of people joining this club, hopefully, anyway. And learning about the diverse needs and interests of everyone will help me come up with club activities that everyone can be happy with. That everyone can be happy with? Not just only some people? Of course! I need to be looking out for everyone, otherwise what kind of club would it be? I see. Yuri looks a little more relaxed. Signals to Monica that switching from a sympathetic approach to a pragmatic one was a good choice. Each individual truly does have their own needs. Okay. Yuri takes a deep breath. I'm a really weird and awkward person. I've accepted that about myself. Just don't know how to, I guess, connect with other people. How is this so easy for everyone else? How do you just make conversation about any arbitrary topic? I can talk for hours about the things that I'm into, unfortunately so much that I don't know when to stop. But for anything else, I just have no idea what to say. So I understand that about myself. I'm just not good with people. I can't help it. So it feels like whenever I'm confronted with a new social situation, I'm either ignored or maybe made fun of, or taken pity on. Zuri falls into that third category. She what? Hold on, you're saying that Zuri is taking pity on you? Yuri nods. I just want to be treated like a normal person. If you don't like me or you don't connect with my interest, then you just tell me. You can accept that and move on. Zuri is too nice to me. I'm so stupid for not realizing that she would just go along with whatever I pushed onto her. Nobody deserves to put themselves through that kind of discomfort just because they pity some weirdo who doesn't know how to make friends. It's the worst feeling. I hate it. Yuri's sharp words cut through the tense air. Somewhere in the middle of the conversation, the two stopped short in the hallway, prioritizing the conversation over their original task. Monica looks to Yuri. Yuri looks down, their fists clenched. I think you should tell her that. You can never say that to someone's face. It's pathetic. Zuri is different. Making people happy is the most important thing to her. I'm sure that's all she's trying to do. So if you're able to explain to her what makes you happy, then she'll do anything to make it happen. That's the problem. What kind of friendship has one person always trying to cater to the other person's weird needs? I'm sorry, I'm making myself sound so... No, I think I'm starting to understand. Monica says to finish her thought out loud. Something that Zuri would be able to say better. Zuri is someone who will give anyone however much kindness they need in order to smile. But Yuri, who has difficulty accepting kindness, must be driving Zuri to be even more assertive in her kindness, whether it's exacerbating the matter. Neither person is to blame, but it's an issue that can't be resolved without them understanding each other better. Zuri wants to be your friend, I promise that. It's okay for different people to have different needs. I mean, Zuri, she has her own needs too. The good friends work together and can be what they need for each other. You just have to have good communication and talk about it. I don't have good communication. Yuri stops and shakes her head. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. My head is just so resistant to everything. I'm pushing such a kind person away from me because of it. Yuri pauses to think. I'm so tired of the cycle I'm creating for myself. I think I'm so afraid of people pushing me away that I just push them away first. How thoughtless and immature of me. Yuri takes a deep breath and exhales. I didn't mean for this to turn into a whole venting session, but I understand now that I just need to communicate with her. It's totally fine. It's for the club, remember? Just helping make the club a better place for everyone. Yeah. Yuri falls silent again. She looks like she wants to say something. This kind of critical thinking is something that I'm really bad at. You know, about people. So, thank you. Anytime. Monica smiles at Yuri. For just a moment, Yuri finds it in herself to meet Monica's gaze, turning a shy smile of her own. Yuri and Monica finished replacing the old flyers with new ones. More accurately, Monica mostly did the work while Yuri followed along. But as the club room once again draws near, so does Yuri's confrontation. You can't do this. Yes, you can, it'll be great. Yuri sighs and shakes her head. I'm never going to feel confident enough. I just have to do it. If I don't do it now, I never will. Yuri starts toward the door, but then turns to face Monica. You're not just going to wait outside, are you? I can take a walk. Want me to get you a coffee or something? Actually, I prefer tea. I like to make my own though, so please don't worry about it. Although I suppose that's one downside of reading in club rather than at home. I get to drink tea while reading. Sorry, I guess that has nothing to do with this. No, now that you mention it, I bet we could get permission to keep stuff for tea in the club room. You can use like an electric kettle or heat to heat up water, right? Would that really be possible? I'll look into it. I think it would be great. Yuri smiles and nods at the thought. Well, I'll be back in a bit. Good luck. Monica waves at Yuri, turns around, and departs down the hallway. Yuri's smile fades once more. A moment of daydreaming about tea isn't enough to save her from the anxiety of the task that lies before her. But that must be done. Taking one more deep breath, Yuri timidly opens the club door. Oh, I forgot to check. Hopefully it's not doing the buzzing sound again. Okay, this is too hard. Let's make sure you look at that. Just drop the frames, come on. Taking one more deep breath, Yuri timidly opens the club door. Yuri! Wait, hold on. I'm not done yet. Yuri shuffles a bunch of papers around. Yuri stammers a word suddenly caught in her throat. At that moment she realizes that Yuri has been spending her afternoon. I was expecting you to come back today. I was really hoping to make it all the way through the next chapter first. I got most of the way through it. Good luck! Yuri holds up a sheet of paper. A page of notes beautifully produced with indentations, categories, and even color coding. As Yuri sees it, her expression shifts from anxiety to despair. I was afraid you were getting disappointed in me, so I've been trying really hard. Stop. Yuri presses her fist against her forehead. Please stop. I can't take this. Yuri? Yuri's voice quivers in shock after having received the exact opposite response she was suspecting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yuri looks away in guilt. Did I do something wrong? I don't understand. So if I did something wrong, please tell me. Yuri shakes her head. No, it's me. I keep putting myself in these situations where people are afraid to treat me normally. I don't like this kind of reading. It's okay. Please just tell me. I don't need to be treated differently just because I'm weird. But I don't treat you differently. I just want my friends to be happy. So I thought that if we did something together that you really liked, I don't want your pity. Why did I do that? Yuri sinks to her knees, her voice squeaks. I'm sorry. Tears of guilt and self-loathing begin to stream down your face. This isn't how it's supposed to go. Why is it so hard just to articulate your thoughts? Why do you end up pushing everyone away from you? Yuri's mind pounds with eternal accusations as she shuts her eyes, unable to face Yuri or the rest of the world. She should leave, just escape from here, before Monica sees her like this. First, Yuri tells Monica what she did. Before Yuri can put any strength to her legs, she feels a warm pair of arms gently wrapped around her from behind. Aww. It's okay. Yuri whispers in a soothing voice. It's okay. It's okay. Overcome by despair, Yuri finds herself unable to protest or pull away from Yuri's kind gesture. Yuri sniffles, breathing heavily through her clenched throat, trying with all her willpower to control herself. I understand. I understand the things you're feeling in your head are different from the things you're trying to say. And now that must be what you're feeling right now. I promise, I understand that. So I give you as much time as you need. When you're ready, just tell me your feelings and we'll talk about them together, okay? Yuri sniffles again and nods her head. She gives herself a minute to compose her thoughts, and speaks while steadying her voice. I think that I've gotten so used to people being weirded out by me, it feels like anyone who's nice to me is just doing it out of pity. I'm so horrible with people, so it makes me not want to believe that someone can actually like me for who I am. Yuri pauses, so Yuri doesn't interrupt, rather she waits for Yuri to continue. I got so excited when I joined the literature club. I thought that it was finally my chance to make friends through my interests. Because my interests are the only things I know how to talk about. It's all I have going for me. But then, whenever I catch myself getting overly obsessive in front of other people, it feels like I'm making a fool of myself. I hate myself for it. Ultimately, I just want to be treated like a normal person. How am I supposed to expect that when I can't behave like one? I just want to learn how to get along with people. Stop ruining things for myself. That's all. Yuri finishes her thoughts, feeling more steady after having gotten them out. Yuri can feel Yuri's breath rise and fall from beneath her arms. She realizes that as well. Thank you for helping me understand you a little bit better. You know, you're so great at helping me while we were reading, so I'll help you with things that you need too. But I feel like it would just be frustrating for you, with how much patience I require sometimes. Sounds kind of familiar. couldn't stop worrying about that while we were reading. I was so afraid you would get frustrated with me. But I would never do that. I think my best to reassure you by mentioning how I have a lot of patience. Yeah, I know, but my irrational fears just won't be quiet sometimes. I'm sure it's the same for you, right? Yeah, irrational fears. Well, you know, there's no way that you could frustrate me, because I already like you as the person that you are. I know you said you have a hard time believing that, but I promise that it's true. You don't have to be a social person for people to like you. I think you're really considerate in your own way, you know? Worrying so much about people's feelings. We're all kind of weird. It's a literature club. It's the best part that we're all different, and have different interests. Look about the book. I'm reading it because I want to. I promise that's what I really want. It's a bit of a struggle, but try not to mistake that for me not joining you. I mean, we could never discover new things if we didn't try that first, right? I want to learn the reasons that you love it so much. And in the end, if it's not for me, I can say that, but I'll be glad that I tried it and learned more about you. Plus, you're like super duper smart, and I want that to rub off on me. Yuri fights back a smile at that comment. Already, the heavy atmosphere surrounding her seems to have evaporated through the caress of Sierra's arms. Your hair is so pretty. I've always wanted long hair, but I was awful at taking care of it, so I cut it all off. Your tension relaxes. For once, she feels okay just listening, rather than worrying so much about saying the right thing. Suri, sensing Yuri's comfort, lets her rest. It's just so difficult for her to feel relaxed around other people. If the literature club can make it happen, then it's something that she deserves to experience. Well then, based on my understanding of your feelings, I suppose I wouldn't mind if we were to continue reading. That's what I want to hear. But we can stop at any time. If you really don't like it, please be honest about it. I won't be offended. Of course. I'm not going to judge anything this early on though, so we'll just see what happens. Oh, and, it's not good to touch people without their consent first. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. Oh, you didn't. I mean, I suppose it was kind of nice. I was just saying. I'm back! Monica's back! I haven't seen you, like, at all recently. Suri trots over to Monica. She whispers loudly. Can I hug you? Sure, Suri. Suri wraps her arms around Monica. Yeah, Yuri, might be good to know. Suri can be kind of a hug monster. Hey, don't call me a monster. Artemis is a monster. If he inherits the kingdom, it could spell disaster. Yuri laughs. Monica perplexedly looks between the two of them and smiles. Well, I'm glad you've been enjoying your reading so far. It's like your first real activity as Literature Club. About that. Well, you've been so patient with exploring my interests. I think that it would be considered me not to return the favor to you. Learn about the things that you like. Yes. You like poetry? Yuri smiles.